Project Feline is a game I've been working on. It's a 3D anime-style platformer starring Gabi, a cat-girl hybrid who can run on walls, grind on rails, and slide down hills to traverse complex environments as fast as possible. I've been working on this game mostly solo for the last few years, and I was recently asked on one of my live streams how I stay motivated. And the answer is, I don't. Game development isn't all glamour. In fact, there's lots of menial, boring work. Naturally, it's not easy to feel motivated when you have something as tedious as vertex painting to do the next day. Motivation comes and goes, so instead, I've built habits. And these took a while to build, but each of these habits has cultivated discipline, which allows me to sit down and work even when I'm not in the mood. The very first habit I built was just trying to see if I could sit down for an hour at my computer every day and try to do something creative. It didn't matter what I got done, didn't even matter if I touched the mouse. This doesn't sound too intense, and it didn't need to be. The important thing is that I took the time and didn't waste that time doing something else. And an hour isn't a long time. The important thing was that I was there. And if I sat there long enough, I eventually got so bored that I would just start working. And then that 1 hour turned into 2 hours, which then turned into 3 hours. And over time, just like Gabi, I built momentum. And that was how I built better habits. And I act out these habits on autopilot now. I don't have to force myself to work on the game, but rather I feel positively addicted to working on the game. That's not to say I don't struggle at all with motivation, because I certainly do. And one of the things that tests my motivation a lot is doubt. My motivation was tested a lot when I was trying to decide a direction for level design in Project Feline. I initially started prototyping with linear levels, but over time I started having doubts about them. And those doubts were pretty reasonable. There were doubts about, hey, this might be hard and expensive to build. You're gonna have to make lots and lots of geometry. You gotta make the levels very big to facilitate Gabi because of how fast she goes. But I made the mistake of indulging in those doubts too much and becoming afraid. And then I deviated way too far in the other direction and started barking up the wrong tree, trying to make Tony Hawk style maps, which were antithetical to the game I wanted to build. And that's how I learned that succumbing to doubt was slowing me down so much and that I couldn't afford to think that way going forward. But I found that ignoring doubts wasn't helpful either, because a lot of these doubts helped me to predict problems I would face later on. And listening to and acknowledging these doubts has helped me stay vigilant. So instead of ignoring doubts, instead of running from doubts, I instead deliberate with my doubts and use them to strengthen my own ideas. This attitude helped me to be more decisive and stand behind my ideas. This helped me to persevere with the level design challenge, which then led to the development of better tools, which addressed many of my initial doubts. There are many points along that journey where I could have given up, but I didn't, because by cultivating those habits, I was able to persist through and tackle those problems. And the more problems I solve, the more ready I feel to tackle the next problem the game will throw at me. As I develop Project Feline, I try my best to stay intrinsically motivated and pull my own weight. But if it wasn't for you believing in the game and believing in me, I wouldn't be here right now. So when my motivation gets lowest and I can't bring myself to touch my keyboard, I think of all of the support and encouragement you guys have given me over the years. I've gotten so many comments from people telling me that they literally can't wait for the game. You guys don't have to put in that effort to write those comments. You don't have to send me fan art and pour in so much passion into it. But the fact that you do anyway encourages me so much and keeps me going, because I really want to make you a great game. And that's how, with some help, I stay motivated. But yeah, game dev is complicated, but I'm trying my best, and I want to thank you all so much for your patience and support as I traverse this journey. To support Project Feline, wishlisted on Steam, and grab yourself a Gabi sticker sheet linked down below. I've withdrawn a bit from YouTube to focus on my work, but thanks to my channel members and patrons, I've been able to set more time aside to stock up on devlogs and show you what I've been cooking. Become a supporter and receive monthly rewards, including regular behind-the-scenes updates, early access to new devlogs, and an invite to my private Discord. My supporters on Patreon also receive exclusive Project Feline merch every 3 months. I've got a few devlog episodes in the works at the moment, so I'm gonna get back to it, and I'll see you next time.